Smaller market, but still definitely an opportunity here, which is why we continue to include it in these reports, because it's going to continue to grow as that west side continues to develop, as Lebanon continues to develop. Inevitably, that's going to continue. I was actually just over there for the first time in, I don't know, a while, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and it just every time I go over there, there's just more and more and more stuff, like in terms of like commercial stuff. Like they have one of
Construction. It's
everything over there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, Whitestown. We've kind of like poo-pooed Whitestown, I feel like, over the past couple of months, but
yeah, with good reason. Did you see the numbers that came out?
yeah, and there's been not a lot on the market, but it's I don't know. I guess we recently onboarded one, and it went like crazy fast, right? And it was a great property. It was a brand new property. It was a new construction property, if I remember correctly. You probably know better than I do, but and it went very, very quick. And so I mean, look at that. Is confirming the average days on the market here is 25, which is one of the best, or maybe the best of the batch this month. So Whitestown, while I think it flies a little bit under the radar, again, it does kind of feed into that Lebanon, that whole corridor that's booming. So I think we shouldn't forget about Whitestown, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's small though, right? I mean, it's a super small town. Again, this is, I mean, honestly. So this is on the northwest side of Indianapolis. This kind of, I mean, this ties a little bit into the west side. Right? Those are all smaller.
It does. It does. It's maybe even, I don't know the population of Whitestown, but I feel like it's even way smaller than Avon, Brownsburg, Plainfield. It's, I don't even think it had its own school system. I think they either go to Zionsville or Western Boone, I think. But, the thing is that Whitestown is going to be a very wealthy city because they have all of that commercial and warehouse buildings there, which get taxed at 3% instead of 1% if you're a homeowner, 2% if it's a rental. They're at the commercial, so they're at 3%. So they're just raking in the tax dollars over there, and then they have a school district. So I mean, I got a lot of money over there.
Yeah, and all the homes I've seen over in the Whitestown area, I mean, they're nice homes. They're more expensive properties. And again, to the size, I mean, the numbers here kind of indicate that it is smaller, right? I mean, number of active homes, you have 22 active homes. That's up 100% month over month. So last month we had 11 homes. So certainly a smaller market.
Yeah, smaller market, but still definitely an opportunity here, which is why we continue to include it in these reports, because it's going to continue to grow as that west side continues to develop, as Lebanon continues to develop. Inevitably, that's going to continue. I was actually just over there for the first time in, I don't know, a while, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and it just every time I go over there, there's just more and more and more stuff, like in terms of like commercial stuff. Like they have one of everything over there.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Anyway, let's get to the numbers here. 22 active homes on the market. As you mentioned, that's up 100% month over month. Average rental price, $2,300 for the Whitestown. Average days on the market, we already talked about that, 25. Super, super healthy for this time of year. Love to see that. Average price per square foot, $1.04. We've got apartments and condos there in the middle. So 21 apartments on the market, just about the same as single family. Average rent on that is $19.67. Average price per square foot for apartments is $1.76. Just a few townhomes on the market, 6, but they're right there at the average price average rental price, of $22.99. So right there for competing with single family. But the interesting days on the market is pretty much higher, with 43 days on the market there for the condos and townhomes. We got the 3 graphs here at the bottom showing you price over time. Again, focusing on the bottom left there, single family homes. Looks like about half the year it's been up year over year. Had a little dip at the end of the summer, early fall, and kind of seeing some typical seasonality. But overall, it's kind of trending the same as last year, price over time. Let's take a look at the sales, Chris. All right. Sales, average days on the market for the sales market in Whitestown, 33. Again, very, very healthy for this time of the year. Price per square foot is 167. Average sales price, as we mentioned, this is a little bit pricier of an area. Average sales price is $367. Again, we're looking at this from an investor point of view, so under $500,000. And then kind of on that same note, let me just jump around here for a quick second. You can see that, as Chris just did the West Side Roundup, on the bottom right, number of homes sold, you can see this graph indicates that this is a little bit more of an expensive market versus Avon, Brownsburg. While the numbers, the averages actually say it's pretty similar. I think it was like 330 or something like that in the West Side. you can see that the number of homes sold in the different price points is definitely trending towards the higher side in Whitestown.
Yeah.
No, that's not to be said. I mean, look, there's still 46 homes that sold under 300,000. So there are still homes under $300,000 available. And then average sales price over time had a weird September there where it kind of like took a huge hit. And then, but for the most part, it's been up or the same as last year. This month is just a little bit below last year. So honestly, the average sales price over time is pretty much flat to just a little bit down since the beginning of the year here in Whitestown.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you contribute that to? Any thoughts?
I don't know. Maybe supply from construction. There's a lot of construction out there. There's a lot of new construction out there.
Only thought I had.
You know, that can drive down the prices.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I mean, that's going to wrap up our Whitestown.